Okay, Libra, this is a reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm going to try and keep it as snappy, under half an hour. So it's a quickie, really. It's a quickie. What have we got? Seven of Pentacles. We go heart of the matter, central issue. So that's good. Good, good, good. Seven of Pentacles. You're prospering here, Libra. You're doing okay. You might be noticing some growth in your life at the moment. This could be financially, this could be, you know, within your home, within your family, but there's growth. Queen of Cups crossing this. So, well, Libra, you have a lot. You have a lot to give. You have a lot to give. You could be in a very generous giving mode at the moment, Libra. Sharing. Sharing's caring. Star, nice. Star, so perhaps you're feeling a bit brighter. Perhaps you've been through something, Libra, that, been going through some growth, within yourself. You could have been, experiencing, growth in your life, and, it's making you feel a lot more positive and more positive about the future. The star represents Aquarius energy, so, the future. Also healing, perhaps you've been going through some healing, healing some issues. This could be issues to do with love, this could be issues to do with money. These could be things that you've been working through, and feeling more positive about what you're doing. Knight of Pentacles, so that's, where you're at. You're bringing in perhaps more abundance to your life as well. Two of Cups, recent past. So, this could be a twin flame situation. This could be a love situation, your recent past. And there's perhaps an ending, or there's been an ending here. The Sun. So perhaps, in your recent past, you were looking for reciprocity, for give and take, and perhaps there's been an ending for you, or even an ending in the way you might perceive love, the way you might perceive money, the way you might even perceive relationships. There could be a sort of, if you like, Scorpio energies, transformation as well as endings, beginnings. So perhaps you're transforming a situation that you're in, or you're seeing transformation and change within a love situation or within a partnership, and you might be seeing some kind of transformation and change because you're focused on you, what you're doing. Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, perhaps focusing more on self-love. Queen of Cups, giving back to you, and perhaps you're seeing changes and transformation in your life at the moment. The Sun card here, that's the most positive card of the deck, really. The Sun card is about finding happiness and happiness and joy and positivity, feeling much more optimistic. And this could be, I wanted to come out Ace of Cups, and this could be a matter of the heart, because you're looking as if you're feeling more positive. Perhaps there's positive changes in your relationships, positive changes. King of Cups, so there's Queen of Cups, King of Cups. Ace of Cups, this is people, place, this is your environment, so perhaps you're receiving love or giving. There's possibly much more mutual exchange here going on between you and others, giving and receiving here. King of Cups, Queen of Cups. This is also water energy. You could be dealing with a water sign, or this is just general energy, or feeling more loving, feeling more loved. Yeah, you might be a bit concerned as well. There could be a concern here, Queen of Cups, Two of Cups, King of Cups, about things not changing. With the Death card, the transformation card here, there could be concern about things not changing, not improving. But I think you see change and transformation going on, and that's attributed to you being, you know, just minding your own, looking after what's important to you. It's Seven of Pentacles, you know, growing whatever. You could be growing business, you could be growing a garden, you could be growing something and putting a lot of effort and love into it, which is paying off for you. Yeah, movement forwards, outcome, the Chariot, Cancer energy. Also movement forward. Perhaps you were in a difficult place and you can now see a sort of get clear away. Perhaps, you know, there's been a change even in your environment, your home environment. Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Perhaps there has been a change and transformation and you're seeing a clearer way forwards. Also understanding that there are, you know, Knight of Wands, that's, you know, that's passion, that's Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, you know, active, passionately and actively working on your, perhaps working on your goals and ambitions and the things you love doing. Queen of Cups, linked with the Seven of Pentacles here. And knowing perhaps you have had some roadblocks, Libra, quite recently. You know, the Knight of Wands is not roadblocked. That's very fast-moving energy. And perhaps there's some things that maybe there's been things that have been cleared for you, and you might have felt blocked, and there's been things that have cleared for you recently to, you know, allow you to move forwards without, you know, further delay. You might have had some difficult decisions to make as well, linked to your home, family, love life. Yeah, perhaps you need to retreat as well, retreat and have some time, recharge, reboot. You know, the Chariot isn't necessarily fast moving. You know, having Chariot outcome doesn't mean that you're moving really, really fast. It means that you are making progress. Also acknowledging obstacles, also acknowledging that there is no rush, acknowledging that, you know, life is a journey, not a destination, and you're being advised to honour your inner knowing, instinct. Queen of Cups, very instinctive, uses instinct over logic. Go with that at this time. Yeah, because things are changing and transforming here with the Death card. So, you know, trust your talents here in these changing times. And that could be what you are relying on at the moment, Libra. You could be relying on your talents and skills. Seven of Cups, Queen of Cups, enjoying what you do. You know, in challenging times of change. You know, the Chariot does represent change as well. As, you know, sometimes it can be different directions. New opportunities, new avenues opening up for you. New paths. Closing out perhaps old cycles with the Death card here. You know, you could be ending karmic cycles, you know, new things are coming in for you. Really trust your talents, trust the skills you have, your skill set. Perhaps also you might want to improve on your skill set or learn new skills. You might be taking another, as I said, direction. And that's challenging you because you might be learning new things to go into, you know, a different direction. Set your sights higher, and love and let yourself be loved. You know, you might have had a block here as well, because you could have also had a lot going on. Seven of Pentacles, you know, busy, focused. Perhaps you've been working on finance as well. You might have had something that come in for you recently that's helped you. And there could have been changes, you know, which you're still going through. It can make you feel a bit unbalanced. So, you know, retreat and recharge if you need to take time out. Might be a plan. Yeah, perhaps you're feeling deep in, you know, you're beginning to see the deeper meaning in your personal growth here. Seven of Pentacles here. Knight of Pentacles, you know, perhaps you're beginning to see that, and you know, and personal growth amid discomfort, because, you know, where change and transformation and things changing at you know, maybe a speed that, you know, you don't have any control over, you know, this, you know, change can offer up a degree of discomfort, and you need to look at how the change is going on in your life or going to help you with your, you know, your personal growth. You know, Chariot is a card that's full of, you know, can be full of roadblocks and obstacles, and they are there for us to learn from, you know, learn how to navigate difficult situations, learn how to cope with difficulties and understand that all difficulties are just temporary, leading to other things, and can be uncomfortable while you're in that, of course, while you're in the midst of change. Yeah, so gratitude here, Libra. Thank the universe, you know, be aware that, you know, you're being helped to see beyond all limits of fear, and perhaps expanding your perceptions as well. Star card, you know, that's high knowledge, that's you know, that's having greater, you know, a sense of enlightenment, perceptions, seeing things more clearly. The sun card illuminates the star, so, you know, there's a lot of illumination here on your life at the moment, Libra. You know, allowing you to see what is for your highest good, allowing you to understand and see, and, you know, if there is discomfort because you're going through some more transformative energy here, you know, just keep honouring your inner knowledge, your intuition. Set your sights a bit higher. You might have felt a bit thwarted recently that, you know, things weren't working out for you. Set your sights a bit higher, the star. You know, retreat if you need to. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody. And prayer and meditation create a ripple effect of peace in the world. So, you know, that you being at peace with yourself, you know, having a sense of groundedness. You might have been finding it difficult to ground yourself recently as well, because there's not a lot of earth energy, but there is at the centre of your spread, that might be in the outside world. You know, you might be feeling quite stable in your home life, you know, within your own environment. You might be feeling quite grounded, but perhaps in the outside world at the moment, you know, all the changes that are going on at the moment in the world, all the things that are happening in the world, they might be, you know, making you feel a bit off balance, and that for Libra, for you, you know, that's not ideal, because you love balance and you love to feel, you know, grounded and balanced. So, you know, do go and ground yourself, find a way to do that. Be at peace with yourself regardless of what's happening around you, you know, because there's a lot of disruption, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of unusual things happening, you know, that, you know, don't allow that to you know, undermine your sense of balance and peace. And if that means retreating and recharging, you know, in your own inner sanctum, then do that, because things might also recently, you know, that, so at least if your home life, when you have Seven of Pentacles, is stable, secure, and you feel fine, and you feel grounded, and you feel, you know, that you're doing all the right things to move your life forwards, if you like, then, you know, that could be the place for you to focus on as well. Your home life, your immediate environment, put some love into that. Perhaps you want to do something different. Perhaps there's been also a change in your, you know, your domicile. Yeah, you know, any deceased loved ones that you might have been concerned about recently, or felt that you've been connecting with recently, are sending you a message to let you know that they are at peace and they're happy, and they send you love, and not to worry about them. Yeah, so, you know, also explore your romantic feelings right now. Queen of Cups. You know, they could be real and worth exploring, if you're, you know, partnered, or, you know, single or dating. Yeah, and your finances and career are an issue for you right now, which is what you probably need to be focusing on more than anything else. You know, because that could affect your self-esteem, that could be affecting your love life. You know, you might be about to meet someone, you know, in a romantic scenario, also, Libra, you could have a few people interested in you at the moment. Yeah, and you might be concerned about where your love life is actually going, whether it's going to move forward, or whether there's going to be any progress. But remember that you deserve love. Open your heart to give and receive love. Yeah, things could be ending here in other areas as well, however that resonates. So keep grounded, learn some sage. Yeah, so the energy of being strong, you're in the energy of being strong and patient, self-sufficient, Seven of Pentacles, the Sun, the Star, they're all really positive cards. So, if, this is card of transformation, obviously the Death Scorpio energy here, so there could be lots of changes happening for you at the moment, and these changes could involve you having to let go of people or things, or places, things that no longer serve you, and now is the time to keep focused on your career. Maybe also start mingling again, Libra. If you're single, it might be time to mingle. Things that aren't serving your highest good, let them go. And that can be stuff, that can be a declutter, that can be going through things you no longer need, no longer wear, doesn't suit your taste anymore. You might want to do, a kind of a bit of a, simplify within your home. And even that could be as far as, people who you no longer gel with, who you no longer feel that you have a positive connection with, you might have outgrown. You don't feel, particularly, maybe you have much in common anymore, that kind of thing. Don't be afraid to let people go either, especially if they're not, a positive influence in your life. People come into our lives sometimes for just a season, it's not always a permanent thing. And we learn, that's how we learn. We learn through relationships and friendships and all of these things. You have to understand when it's time to let people go, if you feel that they're not really have a kind of place in your life anymore. And that can be difficult, especially if you might have had a friendship or relationship with somebody for a matter of years or decades. But if the shoe doesn't fit anymore, then don't be afraid. And you have the Chariot twice. So yeah, your dedication and your self-discipline will be the thing that grants you the success. The Star here, the Sun, Ace of Cups, all these good things coming in for you, and that's where it's at. Your self-discipline, your dedication, and also remembering to celebrate your accomplishments. And even if you are in the spotlight, that also, if you're in the spotlight, that can also feel a bit daunting. But you're being advised not to cut back on, celebrating your accomplishments. And no matter how small, how large they are, if they feel like an accomplishment to you, even sort of ending maybe a friendship or something, or doing something within your home that feels very satisfying. Making something new, if you're creative, perhaps focusing on, those things, celebrate, whenever you do, have a minor or a major accomplishment. And, because this takes self-discipline and dedication. So, also, perhaps you're also noticing your gifts. You're perhaps you're tapping into more of your gifts, having to be more compassionate, perhaps. Maybe people see you as charismatic, and an accomplished person. So don't down talk yourself. Accept that those those sort of accolades, and be assertive as well. When it comes to what is right. Because things are going your way, will be going away, even if it feels like a kind of weird transition happening here where you can't really see perhaps the light, the star, the sun, the illumination on on things, you know, how things are going in your favour. Perhaps you'll be working in a new environment, perhaps you'll be connecting with a, you know, a person who's good for you, who, you know, helps you, inspires you in some way, can encourage you along here. So, you know, look out for, you know, anyone who wants to come and participate and help you achieve your goals. Yeah, well, it's another water energy card, Queen of Summer. So listen to your heart more. You might be getting lots of intuitive insights at the moment as well, and you can trust those. Don't listen too much to other people. If you're having too many other, you know, everybody's opinion on things, that can really kind of ruin things. You know, you might have had recently some intuitive insights, but maybe you didn't listen to them, and you listened to others, you know, which has maybe, you know, created some kind of block for you. And that's why you need to retreat and recharge, because that could be what you need to get away from, is too much sort of gabble, you know, other people's opinions. If you ask a friend for advice and the advice you get, for example, isn't actually ideal because they're not in your shoes, you know, go with your instinct more. Don't, just because somebody seems older or wiser or more, you know, worldly wise, it doesn't necessarily mean that the advice they give you is the best advice for you. So, you know, bear that in mind. Take time out to tune in, to meditate, to tune in with what you know, with what, you know, messages you receive, with your intuition. Don't ignore it at this time. And be aware of being, you know, Queen of Cups here in Central Issue, you know, you're doing your thing here. That, you know, this can also represent you taking, you know, being too caring, or taking care of others too much, being too maternal. You know, so this is, the Queen of Cups is quite a maternal energy, you know, loving, kind, compassionate water energy. So, you know, be aware, Libra, that you're not over, you know, helping others too much, because, you know, that is very natural for you as a Libra, and to want to, you know, ruled by Venus, to want to help others, you know, and give. So do make sure that you're not overgiving, or if anyone is pulling on your heartstrings and making you feel that, you know, they need you for this, that and the other, but you're feeling tired because of it, you know, look at your own self-care here, you know, because you have Queen of Winter, being patient, being self-sufficient, funny, strong, you know, all those great adjectives here. You know, you are self-sufficient, Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Cups here. You know, you are naturally self-sufficient and funny. So, you know, you work on those, use those use those attributes that you have. Don't let anyone dull your sparkle either. And that could be an issue at the moment, that you might be feeling that other people aren't a little bit sort of intimidated by that, you know, your fun, self-sufficient, you know, your strength, your kindness. So make sure you get time to ground yourself and spend some time on your own. Spend some time in nature. Spend some time being somewhere, you know, even take yourself out for a date, or take yourself to, you know, a lovely place that maybe you haven't been to before, or, you know, go and revisit somewhere that, you know, brings you a lot of joy. Yeah, if you're feeling also, Libra, that you've been under some kind of persecution recently, or there's been some backbiting, you know, backstabbing, that kind of thing, and someone could have upset you, or you felt a little bit persecuted, don't worry about that. You know, share your voice. Don't worry about other people's opinions. And, you know, I experienced that myself, when, you know, the case of when you discuss what you do, or you talk about or mention the things you do to somebody who is on a completely different page, or a completely different level or understanding of what you do, and can, you know, can have their own opinion of what that is, and it could be a negative opinion, which, you know, isn't helpful. because of maybe a narrow-minded view that they have, you know, makes you feel kind of persecuted because, you know, it's that sort of attitude, I wouldn't do that if I were you, or that's not a good idea, or, you know, that's connected with, you know, or tarot is connected with, you know, the occult, and, you know, that's not good. And, you know, anything like that where you've had some negative feedback about what you do, rise above it, ignore it. You know, don't be afraid to share your voice. And there could be people around you in your midst here, Libra, who haven't been altogether that helpful, and so that's why you're so self-sufficient, you know, being strong and patient, and using your gifts to you know, to their full advantage. Maybe you've been blocked, maybe you had something that you felt blocked, or you were feeling blocked, and now that's passing. Your vibration is rising. You know, you might be, you know, have spiritual gifts, you know, the gifts of oracle, you know, gifts of an orator. You know, you might be seeing beyond the everyday, you know, having premonitions, maybe dreaming also, you know, and you might be wanting to detach a little bit more from other people and their energy as well. So also you're being advised to wait, you know, pause anything you might have, you know, been doing or thinking of doing, you're feeling maybe a sense of urgency about it. Please, you know, pause, and perhaps you need to say no. Don't allow anyone to rush you either. But obviously keep being dedicated and self-disciplined, you know, and it could be that also you might be finding, you might be thinking of moving, or just had the idea of moving. That could be, excuse me, in your work life, that could be a movement that will, you know, bring in new positive energy. The Sun card here, so, you know, there could be change of foot that you're aware of. Yeah, you need some Falcon yoga in your life, ancient shit is cool, and that could be something you need, because that will help to ground you. You don't have to join a class. You can just, you know, if it's easier to do, you can yoga at home. You can find a YouTube teacher, yoga teacher, who'll take you through. Adrienne comes to mind. And find the right one. You know, you don't necessarily gel. If you're going to find, you know, yoga in your life, it can take a while before you find, you know, the instructor, if you like, the teacher that gels with you. So give that time as well, because that really helps if you gel with your instructor. Will, you know, obviously make you feel more inclined to do it on a regular basis. Yeah, so also if you've recently, if they broke your heart, which you could have come out of something, just like because don't worry, listen more, talk less is another bit of advice here. And don't tell everyone, don't have to disclose your plans, what you're doing. Sometimes you might, it's possible to disclose some of the plans that you have, or the things you want to do, you know, your hopes and ambitions, the Star card here, things that bring you happiness, the Sun card here, you know, even financial winnings that are coming in for you. If you discuss too much, you might find that evokes jealousy in others, and then sabotage. So be careful about who you speak to, about what you're doing. You know, just keep focused on doing it. Yeah, and your world, you know, is beginning to, it will fill up with wonderful things. As long as you stay, you know, dedicated, self-disciplined, don't talk too much. Get into an ancient art like yoga, meditation, tai chi. They're all really good grounding practices, because you've got unlimited potential, and you're grateful for your bright future. The star, illumination too. There could be some really good things, and you could be doing really well. And you also be careful, because your success, or how you're evolving, how you've been growing, how you've been transforming, how your life is changing, how you're wanting to maybe end karmic cycles, and not everyone is coming with you. Have gratitude for that. You might also be feeling a sense of impatience, and this could be linked to you needing to learn new skills or polish up on current skills, or practice self-discipline. Learn to say no. If you have the no card here, if you're finding other people maybe even challenging you or getting in the way of your evolution, what you're doing, the things you're working on, the changes going on in your life. You might be feeling also some people wanting to hold you back right now. Go outside more. You've been indoors too long. You need some fresh air, and that could be where you go or need to go to retreat and take time out. Hermit, Virgo energy, retreat and recharge. Go within, and this could be that you need to go and find somewhere outside, not indoors, because you could well have been focusing, being indoors, Seven of Pentacles a lot, putting, more energy into your environment, or just having a lot of stuff on. You might work from home, or have, being taken up by responsibilities within your home life. So it is time to go outside, and this is the chariot. Perhaps your endings, things are coming to an end, which is now going to open you up to be able to sort of celebrate more, go out more. You could be a bit freer than you have been in a while, Libra, and that's really giving you a sense of hope and being able to move forwards. And you also could be dealing with past life situations here. There could be memories. You could be feeling a sense of deja vu, that you've been here before, or you might know a situation or feel a strong connection. Sometimes you can feel a strong connection to events or times in history that you can kind of almost feel as if perhaps you've lived in that particular era. You might be getting memories about times gone by, in a previous life, or previous deja vu, or not even in a past life. It could be experiencing things now that you've experienced, say 10, 20 years ago. Could be karmic cycles that, again, as I said, death here, ending. So just, yeah. Yeah, and you need to laugh more. Do something to change your vibration. Laugh, go and watch some comedy, go and be around people who are fun. Be more fun. Fake a laugh, and before you know it, you're laughing. Where the fuck is your sense of humour? And this could be, direct result of you going through some transitions here, struggling a little bit. Perhaps you have. And perhaps you are saying goodbye to things. Perhaps there's a situation that's just ended, or ending of in whichever way this resonates. So allow the change. Don't resist the change. I want here, yeah, and your boundaries are very important right now, Libra. So love yourself enough to say no. You have no twice now. That's a big nudge. other people's demands on your time and energy. It's very important for you to be able to learn the no word, because I know Libra as a Libran, it's very difficult for you. You don't like to let people down. You don't like to say no if you know you can help someone. But think about you. Think about your energy. Love yourself enough to be able to say no. It doesn't have to be, you can just say no, not today, I'm busy. You don't need to explain yourself. But it's actually okay to say no. It's okay to put up boundaries. It's okay to not be constantly, at the beck and call of others, or people wanting, demanding your time and energy, when you know that you can be putting it into something more constructive for yourself, or just me time, just time out. So learn the no word. It's one of the most useful words in the English language, and sometimes the hardest one to practice. So practice it. You can do this. You can do this at home. You can practice no exercises, and it involves just to enable you to get your head around the no word if you're not used to saying no. And you can, as if you're in a drama group or play, and you shout, and you push your hands out and you shout no, okay, no, and you keep practicing that, so that you can understand that no isn't a negative. It's just no, with no following explanation at all. And that's a really useful way to get to use the word no without feeling as if it's not a good word. And a lot of us have difficulty with that, especially as women. If we brought up children and we had animals, families, partners, whatever, spreading ourselves thinly, work life, home life, family life. So you know how it is when you have a lot of things to juggle, and then you almost forget how to use the no word. So practice it, learn it, do the no exercise. You don't have to shout. You just say no, and very gently even, no, and the more you practice that, the easier it becomes to use in just day-to-day life, when you really don't need other people's demanding your time and energy too much, which will weaken you, which will make you feel depleted, which won't help you on your path. And to continue celebrating your accomplishments as they come up, as they occur. Yes. Well, this is important for you at the moment, Libra. Say no without regret, and also pull your shit together. Help people give back and do good shit. So maybe you need to work out how much of yourself you're giving back, helping people, but not allowing people to take advantage is a big thing for a lot of Librans. Don't allow people to take advantage of you. Help by all means, but not to the point where, you're feeling, sucked dry, bled dry. So be discerning at this time on who you help, how you give back. That could be through charitable causes. That could be just helping people, in your work, helping your friends. But, be conscious as well about, how much you can give without depleting yourself, and definitely learn the no word. Gently speak the no word. But this helps as a kind of a reiteration for you to be able to do that without guilt or feeling as if you're upsetting anyone. You know, it's a very useful word to be able to know, to be able to know, to be able to practice without feeling bad about it. So work on that. Everything's looking nice though. Just keep pushing, keep on keeping on, and you'll be just fine. So I got for you, Libra. I'm asking you to take care and send you lots of love. If you found this helpful, do give me a thumbs up and comment if you like. Until next time, bye.